Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Oh Look, It's a Squirrel. Now, there's a lot of squirrels out at the moment. Some of them are absolutely massive, like massively dangerous squirrels. I think the biggest one that we've had in the last week or so, or 2 weeks maybe, that I've sort of, even I kind of fell for it, to be honest. The Kyle Rittenhouse trial, fully publicised, live streamed. You know, it was on like 10 different channels on YouTube. But the Ghislaine Maxwell, no coverage, like nothing. All we've seen is some like artist's impression of what's going on in court. Now, we all know why. The people connected with it, the names, the list of people that I guess the witnesses are coming forward and saying I saw and I did things with. And, we've heard of a few of them. We've had the old Prince. We've had... I see they're trying to pull Trump into it, which I think is... I'm not even sure. I don't even really like Trump, but I can't really see him being into that kind of stuff, to be honest. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I might be being naive when it comes to who I think is, but people like Prince Andrew, is it Les Wexler, Clintons, like these names ring alarm bells for me. They're not like, oh, I wonder. They're the kind of people I would go, yeah, wouldn't be surprised at all. And I think the idea that there is no coverage of it, you can't just go and sit and watch it, kind of tells the tale itself. It's too important. And Kyle Rittenhouse, not that important, just a division tool, which is all it's done. It's caused more division. Even people can see the facts and hear witnesses and see video and all this different stuff, and still he's a white supremacist, he's this, he's that. He's like, it's just bullshit. It's just people. What I'm trying to get, like, the point I'm trying to make is that people find it very hard because of the ego, I think it is, to tell themselves that what they've thought for the last however long it is wrong, and it's actually something else. And it takes a lot for a person to put the hand up and say, I'm wrong. I need, a bit of a slap around the face, and everything's good. What they don't understand is that just saying, yeah, I'm wrong, you get more respect. If you say, you know what, I always thought that guy was great and he's not. It happens. People aren't going to hold that against you. What they will hold against you is the fact that you still, even with like the evidence there right in front of you, like you can see the video of Kyle Rittenhouse, you can see all that stuff, and it's clear what happened. Like, it's perfectly clear, and still people are divided over it. Now, it's just mental. It is. There's so much going on, and they're all diversion tactics. A lot of these things are diversion tactics. I don't know if you saw Rand Paul on Louder with Crowder. Very interesting. I have no party. I have no left or right. Like, I'm my own entity. Whether the left say something good or bad, the right say something good or bad, I just take the good. I just see I'm not a messenger killer. I'm a message killer. If the message is shit, end of story, not interested. Guy's full of shit, girl's full of shit, whatever it is. And there's not that many people who are sucked into the system of left and right and divide who can handle that. It's a difficult thing to get your head round, to think, everything I've known for the last whatever how many years has all been a bit skew-whiff. It doesn't really make sense if I start to change my mindset. And that scares people. Because people don't want to open a massive can of worms and realise that, yeah, these people have spouted stuff to their friends and family and stuff like this, and then they've then got to go back to them and say, you know that thing I told you about, yeah, it's actually wrong, and I was full of shit because I just believed what CNN told me, or MSNBC, or whatever. And what I'm noticing, there's another thing I've noticed lately, is the panic in their voices, in their demeanour. I don't know if you saw Cuomo or Cuomo or whatever his fucking name is, I don't know, up in court, and the question, it was through in the middle of him being questioned, and I heard, so was she your girlfriend? And his answer was, what do you define as girlfriend? So the guy said, did you date her? And his answer was, how do you define date? And the guy said, how do you define date? And he said, it's not my job to define date. You're the one questioning me. And I thought, okay, that's someone who's losing. That's someone who's losing their foothold and is now angry at everyone else because he's wrong. He did something wrong, he got caught, and now he's freaking out. And I saw it again this morning. I don't know if you guys... Sajid Javid, the UK... forget what he is. Not really important, but he's higher. COVID. He's high up in the ranks of government in the UK, and he was on Sky News with Kay Burley, and he was on about how the protection of vaccines is going to save everybody, and it's not saving everybody. And Kate Burley asked him, you can still have number 1 jab, number 2 jab, and the booster, and still pass it on and catch it. And immediately his demeanour got a little bit and he said, it's 67% or 65% protection, that you're more, you're not likely to catch it and pass it on. And her answer was, but 35% is still a massive amount. 30% chance you're going to pass it on. That's not like 2%. It's not like that much, there's a small chance you might pass it. It's quite a big chance. Oh my gosh, he went mental. Oh, what do you want, 100%? He freaked out. He got angry. He got personal. He attacked her. And when someone loses and someone panics, they attack the messenger. And it's a really good way to tell what kind of person and the position they're in, of how they're losing grip on this whole thing, because they'll get angry. We've seen quite a few episodes. We saw Fauci do it. He got so angry at Rand Paul when he asked him the questions. You don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Science. Yeah. Mr. fucking Science. God, there's so many of them. Like, one saying I've heard lately that I thought was, I've never really thought about it in that kind of way, that anybody who goes into government believes in government, and that's it. They don't believe in the people, what the people think. They believe that the government is going to make the choices for the people. So they go into that position not to listen to the people and take note of what they're saying and listen. They say they do, but they don't. They clearly don't. And when they're pulled up on this, they don't like it. They find it like an intrusion. Like, who do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are to question me? Like, is that government? That doesn't sound like democracy to me at all. I've seen people get so angry. Like that Australian bloke who was on about if you've had the jab or not, and you support that there shouldn't be a mandate for vaccines, you're an anti-vaxxer. Like, please, someone explain to me, how does that even make sense? How does it make sense if someone goes out and gets a vaccine but doesn't agree that people should be held down and forced to have a vaccine, they're anti-vax? This is the kind of shit we're dealing with today. These people are mental. Ronald Reagan made a huge mistake by closing all the mental institutes, because it's just there's no line now. There's no line for what's mental and what's not. It's been pushed and pushed and pushed to the point where you can't even see it anymore. Anyone can say anything, and people get pissed off and angry and say the most ludicrous things you've ever heard in reply. And it's acceptable. It's totally acceptable to do that. It's acceptable now to say something completely untrue. And it's okay. You're not held accountable for it anymore. And I think that's terrifying. Because there's, who's like the watchdog for whatever country you're in? Who is the people that kind of watch the government to make sure that they're acting in the right capacity? Because there is nobody anymore. Yeah, there might be. Someone might say, "Oh, it's these people," but they're not doing it, are they? Because they're letting this thing get so out of control now that it becomes impossible. It becomes impossible to try and gauge the madness from important people. I don't know. It's just shambles. The whole world's an absolute fucking shambles at the moment. It's going to get worse before it gets better. That saying has been said so many fucking times now. And then we've got the Omicron, this moronic virus that's, the people who have had it first, the I guess the medical people who have dealt with it first have said it's milder, but it's more infectious. Well, to be honest, to me that sounds good, because that means if you're going to catch it, you've got to get your natural immunity and not get so ill. So if it's mild, but it's more virulent, it means this herd immunity thing that I hear a lot of people say, it's a load of bullshit. How do you think animals stay alive? How do you think lion prides and buffalo and wildebeest and elephants and squirrels and worms and fish and shrimp, they don't have people getting vaccinated every year? They have a herd immunity. They catch something, a few of them die from it, some of them don't. They get the immunity, and the herd immunity starts. And I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but I'm sure it gets passed on to the next generation. And natural immunity is absolutely essential for this to finish. Because the jab gives you immunity, or apparently gives you immunity, but it's getting less and less and less. The first one was like a year, and then it's 6 months, and then it's 3 months. And I think Rand Paul said this. He was like, Fauci wouldn't stop if, the vaccines came down to 2 weeks and you had to have a jab every week because of new variants and new this and new that. You think of the money involved in that. You're thinking of just look at the stocks. Look at the stocks of AstraZeneca and Pfizer, and that'd have been a good investment. That was a mistake missing that one. But yeah, it's an incredible time that we're living through. And I think more people are taking note of what's going on now. There's definitely the amount of people marching and protesting and whatever now is doubled to what it was a month or two ago. Which I think I said in my last video, that's what we need to see, and we're seeing that now. There's people there's people thinking, what? Even people who are jabbed are like, hold on, this is fucked. This is out of control. This is getting a bit Hitlerish. And listen, before I go, because we're going to end the video soon, it's been a long one, I can't believe it. Heard a really interesting Jordan Peterson thing the other day about how you thought Hitler was evil, but he was actually more evil than he, was ever described as. And it was the fact that he was saying that maybe Hitler didn't want to win the war. He didn't actually want to win it. He just wanted to cause as much chaos and mayhem as possible and kill as many people as he could. Now, he had a choice to, killing people in camps took up a lot of resources, took up a lot of people. took up a lot of guards, took up a lot of stuff. And what he could have done was put that on hold and put all those people back in the war, and he might have gone a bit further. He might have won, and we might be in a completely different world today of absolute horrificness. But he didn't. He just ramped it up. No, to me that sounds like someone who doesn't actually want to win. That just sounds like someone, I've got to get this done quick before they come bashing through the door. And that's what he did. And you think that mindset is even more mental than just going, it was about the war. He wanted to take over the world and wanted this. I think that was a little bit of a spin. I think that was a little bit of a kind of an easy way to get, I don't know, an easy way to explain to people like how evil he was, when he was actually more evil. But I think it was so far down the rabbit hole to say something like that no one said that. Have a look at that video, Jordan Peterson. It's really, really good. How Hitler was more evil than you thought, I think the title was. Pretty interesting. So anyway, listen, 16 minutes, longest video yet. I haven't stopped talking. Oh my god. Yeah, let's catch you on the next one. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. The way YouTube took that off, incredible. I don't want to butt hurt anybody anymore. So yeah, anyway, listen, enjoy yourself. Christmas is coming, or is it? That's another thing. Well, we're 4th today. Still got, what is it? Like 3 weeks for them to completely fuck things up. So yeah, anyway, listen, take care of yourself, take care of your family, keep them close, and yeah, let's see you on the next one. Take care.
Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like or dislike.